Will Milan be your second last Olympics?
Who knows? I don't like to look too far ahead.
Sidney Crosby, welcome to 32 Thoughts.
Thanks for having me.
So Sid, we're recording this on September the 9th. Do you recall by chance what you were doing 20 years ago today?
This is my first camp, or?
First contract was signed.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So camp would have started a few days later, I guess. But I thought camp was like a little bit earlier than it is now, wasn't it? Like around September 10th or
Yes.
something like that. It used to be.
And now the players have got to push back even farther starting
like-
next year.
I like that. I like that.
I bet you do.
Yeah. But I like the earlier start with, earlier finish. I always like that, like a little bit better. And I think it's gonna, like, the Stanley Cup's gonna be handed out like early June. They're saying that way.
I
Mid-June?
don't,
Mid-June?
not this year.
Not
because
this
we
year,
have-
but
maybe
like in years that
mid-June,
follow,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a little better.
Starting the
mean-
regular season in September.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're all back after Labor Day, and it's like, let's just get right at it. Yeah.
Jesus. So 20 years though, like how vivid are those early days, like showing up to your first camp in Pittsburgh and all that?
I remember a lot of that. I want to say my first inter-squad game, it was like 9:30 in the morning, and there was like 3 fights, like right off the hop. It was incredible, and we didn't have a lunch at the rink then. It was like we had like a continental breakfast or whatever, but then we'd usually go somewhere for lunch. And I remember going for lunch, and all the guys who fought, we were all like sitting together having lunch, like nothing happened. And I was like, this is hockey, you know, like.
Do you remember who
the
it
guys
was?
were?
Yeah, oh yeah, I remember it was Dennis Bonvie,
Oh,
Biz was there, Carcillo, Ryan Vandenbush,
oh.
Andre Waugh. Yeah, some tough customers.
That's quite a crew.
Yeah,
You remember who your line mates were, your first scrimmage?
I played with Rex, so I played with Mark Recchi, and I'm trying to think who was on the right side. I want to say, I know Johnny was a left winger, but maybe Johnny Leclerc was there for a little. Yeah, I think it was maybe Johnny, but yeah, that, those early days, though, I remember like everything. Like I was just, trying to take everything in, and obviously it's a lot, but I remember just trying to learn as much as I could.
I was going to ask this question later, but I'm going to come to it now. Like, I was watching you at that Olympic media conference at the end of August, and I think of all the people I deal with in the NHL right now, I think you are the most comfortable in your own skin. Like, you just seem in control of every room. You know yourself so well. You've seen everything. You've been through everything, good and bad. And it just seems like you always are in control of yourself and your environment. And I just wonder, like, how long did it take you to get there? Because your quiet confidence, seems to be even greater than ever.
Yeah, I'm still working on it.
Well,
I'm still working on it, but I think, there's certain things I don't think you ever get used to, but I think, with this stuff, or, when it comes to hockey, I've been fortunate to be part of so many different things, whether it's Olympics or international things, or, just, the playoffs, Stanley Cup final, all that stuff. And I think you just learn to embrace it, to enjoy it. And I think as you get older, you realize that, the window's a little bit shorter, and I think you try to enjoy it. So probably takes a while to develop that and understand that, but maybe that's experience, or maybe it's age or experience, but I think it's something that you just develop over time.
We heard you talked about in some other interviews, like you're well aware of kind of what's being said on the outside with where you're at in your life and career, where the Penguins organization is at right now. I mean, how do you reconcile all of it after so many years of there's only one thing that you guys are worried about?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a different challenge. I think, the challenge before was, the expectations are through the roof. Like how do you just kind of like stay in the present and be like, don't get too far ahead of yourself? Well, it's kind of the same. It's just the expectations are the other way. Mm-hmm. They're not high. There's a lot of noise as far as, does he want to leave? Where can he go? Everyone's got the team they want me to go to. I mean, it's a lot of that. So I think the challenge is, it's different in a way, but it's kind of the same. It's just trying to just try to focus on the things that you control. And for me, I still go into every game, wanting to win, and every off season preparing to be the best that I can. And those other things aren't really in my control, what the expectations are, whether we just came off of winning the Stanley Cup or we've missed the playoffs 3 years in a row. It's not something that you can really change at this point. So yeah, I think that approach is, and if I'm not all in on trying to be my best or trying to help the team, and my focus and thoughts are elsewhere, then I'm not doing what I need to do. And I'd rather just try to be present. And right now it's definitely not easy, but I've had some great experiences too. I've been pretty fortunate to be in the playoffs and be in different situations. So I think you just try to handle it the best you can, given the situation.
All right, let's play a couple true or falses here. True or false? You're well aware of the speculation. You're polite about it, but you hate it. True or false?
Like speculation about teams? Or?
About you getting traded.
I mean, I wouldn't say I hate it. I just get it. It's, it's part of it. That's the thing that sucks about losing, because when you lose, it's that's what comes with losing, is that speculation. When you win, there's no speculation. It's who are they picking up, or who's the deadline acquisition. It's when you lose, it's who's going. That's the crappy part about losing.
Also, I've heard you kind of laugh it off a bit, but there are people in your orbit, friends of yours, who are like, Sid, you've got to be in the playoffs. You have to go. And you're like, enough with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think anyone who knows me knows that's what I love the most. Playoff hockey, there's nothing like it. And the opportunity to play for the Stanley Cup, I mean, you work hard, you put as much as you do into hockey. All of us do. That's where all of us want to be. Every single guy wants to be in the playoffs. That's no secret, especially me. So yeah, when they say that, it's funny, because it's like I know, trust me, that's where I want to be. But yeah, I think that's the hard part. Everyone talks about being competitive, right? So what does that mean? That's I think it's pretty clear. You want to win. Being competitive isn't okay, you lose 3-1 instead of 6-1. Oh, we were competitive, we lost 3-1. It's no, you play to win. That's how it is.
And I guess the last thing I would ask you on this is, for me, is, have you ever really seriously thought about it? Have you ever gone to the Penguins and said, I'm thinking about this?
No. I mean, it's hard with all the noise and just kind of, trying to put yourself in the best, place mentally to kind of handle all that, because you want all your energy towards going out there and playing and enjoying it. It's not fun when you lose. Like I said earlier, what the results of losing are. It's real. Coaches lose their jobs. Players get traded. I mean, there's a huge trickle down effect to that. It's your whole. I mean, that's your whole environment that just gets rockered a bit. So trying to be in that, be supportive of the people around you, make sure that you're in it, but also trying to kind of deflect all that noise at the same time. It's a lot of energy, so it's way better to win.
I mean, you spent a lot of years attached to the hip with Mike Sullivan, and now as things have changed in that regard too in Pittsburgh, how have you gone about getting to know Dan a little bit? What's the path in terms of forging a new relationship with a new head coach at this stage? Yeah,
I mean, obviously Sully, that's a pretty amazing stint as a coach. 10 years, that's pretty solid. And we had some great memories, and he's obviously had a huge impact on our team, on me. somebody that constantly pushed guys, to be better. And as a player, that's what I loved. I loved being pushed and trying to get better and learning. So I appreciate, everything that he did for us. And, with Dan coming in, I think it's an opportunity for everyone to have to prove themselves again, regardless of how long you've played or, what you've won, or, none of that matters. That's something when you get a new coach, you've got to kind of prove that all over again. And for some guys to have a clean slate and a new opportunity, that's probably a good thing too. So, yeah, I think there's probably a level of urgency and healthy competition that comes with that, and that could be a good thing for us, I think.
Have you thought at all about maybe being the last season with Malkin?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I try not to think about it too much, just because, when you're in certain moments, or, you're at practice or you're in a game, it's like, yeah, you want to try to take that in, but at the same time, it's just like, you just want to, like, we played together for 20 years. Like, you just want to be in it. And, I think that we've had some amazing memories together. The fact that it could be that, it's crazy. It's gone by like that. But, I'm just going to try to enjoy, each and every day, and we'll see what happens. But I know Gino, he's competitive, and, he's going to want to keep playing, I think.
I always wonder if there's one thing you remember about you guys when you first started together. Like, I always love the fact that he told you, no, I'm going out last because I have a pro season.
Yeah.
But I just wonder if, like,
Super League, he said. Super League.
like if you look back, like when you guys were really kids,
Yeah.
and you think about, oh my God, like if there's one thing I remember from our early times together, like this is it.
Oh, I got a lot, but the first, I would say month, he just ate hamburgers. Like, I don't know if that's the only thing he could order, but it was unreal. Like, hamburger, that's all he'd order, like, all the time. I was just like, man, do you eat anything else? Like, you're unbelievable. Like, you're flying out here, but all I eat is hamburgers. So I started, like, ordering hamburgers, because it's like
Does it work for you as well?
I don't think it worked as good as him, but it was just like, I don't know if that's all he knew, like, to order, or all he trusted, but that's all he would order. And I used to laugh every time. Like, yeah, but no, there's so many things with him. I mean, just, coming into, he lived with Gaunch. So I lived with Mario, he lived with Gaunch, and just, I'm sure you heard the story when he had the car on the tarmac and all that stuff. But just, yeah, it was, those early years were a lot of fun.
Okay, so I was, again, going back in time, back 20 years, and of course your rookie year, the 06 Olympics, and not making the team that year. And I was just looking through some of your quotes after that came out, and one of the things you said was, it's a little tough because you don't know what's going to happen when you're 22 or 26. And of course, that was a look towards 2010 and 2014. And history, of course, showed that it was all okay those couple of years in the end for you. But now, like 20 years later, a chance to go, ironically or coincidentally, in Italy.
Yeah.
I just wonder what that feeling is like at this stage.
Yeah, I just happy, because there was so much unknown, like whether we're going to get back there, and you try to be optimistic and hope, but it's something you don't really know how it's going to shake out. So the fact that we know that the next two Olympics are going to be there, that's pretty cool. And I think for the guys that have had to wait this long, I mean, I feel bad for them, because I know how bad that they want to be there. So I know they're going to be more motivated than ever. And yeah, just funny when you read those quotes, though, like, that's exactly where my mentality was, though. It's like, you don't know, and if there's a chance you're being talked about, you don't want to miss that opportunity. And it's a competitive league. You don't know how the trajectory is going to go, and things like that. But yeah, it's something I think that if we can be there, it's an incredible experience, and it's great that we can finally go back.
All right, here's the last one. Will Milan be your second last Olympics?
Oh, I like the way you put that. We'll just worry about Milan. There we go then. But I'm really happy that I get the chance and the opportunity again. But who knows? I don't like to look too far ahead. But yeah, that'd be pretty incredible if I could get another one.
You could do it.
Outside of that, I would. Yeah, I'd be thrilled. But that's that's a stretch, I think.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Sid, always a pleasure. Seriously. Thank
Thanks.
you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.